You are leaking time, yet you cannot even name the wound. At this very moment, as you listen to these words, someone, somewhere, has just lost another long day to things they won't even remember next month. It's not out of laziness, but because they were never taught to identify the leaks. Holes so microscopic they are invisible, yet large enough to drain a human life dry. 13 years. That is the amount of time an average person throws into nameless voids. Not through catastrophic failures or monumental mistakes, but through silent leaks that only reveal themselves when you stand on the other side of life's hill, shivering as you ask, where did it all go? Stoic philosophy does not lull you into passive endurance. It is a sharp, conscious blade, cutting away the borrowed scripts you perform every day just because everyone else does. This isn't shallow advice like waking up early or drinking water. We are going straight into the psychological traps, social blueprints, and unconscious habits that make you exist without truly living. Each principle we cover is designed to peel away the life you didn't choose and call you back to the self that has been waiting for you to show up. Join Stoic Journey as we begin the process of stitching up this wound of time. If you are ready to face the truth and reclaim your mastery, please like, share, and subscribe. And leave a mark in the comments. I am taking back my time. The harsh truth begins with something familiar. We treat time like someone else's checklist. Graduate at 22, marry by 30, retire at 65. We forget that the time you perceive does not function as a straight line. An hour of deep focus flashes by in an instant, while an hour of waiting feels like an eternity. When you live on autopilot, the brain does not store empty days. That is why many people at 40 feel as though 30 was just yesterday, because there were too many years where they weren't actually present. It is time to stop renting space in your own moments and start actually moving in to live. 1. Restructuring perception and the body, the foundation of life. 13 years do not vanish because of big mistakes. They vanish because you are operating like a ghost in your own body. Time is not fixed. An hour of deep flow is fundamentally different from an hour wasting away in a waiting room. The chilling truth is, the brain does not record memories in autopilot mode. Think of your last dinner. Did you taste it, feel it, or just swallow it while your mind drifted across a screen? You paid for that moment with your life, yet you did not own the experience. But mindfulness is meaningless if your only vehicle, this body, is being eroded by neglect. We rarely lose our health to one major event. We lease it out bit by bit to sleepless deadlines and swallowed anger. You normalize exhaustion as the price of adulthood, but the body always keeps the score. When stress becomes the background noise, you live in 24/7 survival mode. The cost isn't just a restless night. It's years of life silently retracted. Your body is not separate from you. It is the only gateway through which you experience existence. Therefore, living is not about managing a schedule. It is about managing awareness. Scan your body 3 times a day. Stop for 15 seconds. Don't fix anything, just identify. Is your shoulder clenched? Is your jaw tight? Is your breath shallow and hurried? When you see the tension you once called normal, you begin to inhabit the present. You cannot slow down mechanical time, but you can make it dense. Every second of full presence is a second kept for yourself. The rest is just a void that vanishes without a trace. 2. The purge of resources and the art of conscious refusal. True freedom does not begin with accumulation, but with purging. Removing the things that are silently erasing your identity. Look at the relationships around you. Some people make you bloom, while others exist only to drain your peace, not through insults, but by turning you into a dumping ground for their instability. Have you ever left a conversation that was not bad, yet felt utterly exhausted? That is your nervous system buckling under the weight of someone else's emotions. The trap lies in confusing duty with meaningless sacrifice. We think we are being good by always being available, always listening, and always rescuing, effectively becoming firefighters for blazes others ignited themselves, while our own home stands abandoned. Stoicism does not ask you to be cold. It demands that you be lucid. Compassion does not mean self-attrition. Moreover, the leak of resources comes from how you trade your vitality for material things. View money as condensed life energy. Every hour of work is a portion of your life converted into a number. When you swipe a card just to fill an internal void, you are burning hundreds of hours of living for a fleeting sensation. An installment plan is more than just debt. It might represent several years of stress just to maintain a facade. You are spending your future to pay for an illusion. The core perspective is this. Every choice, whether relational or financial, is a vote for the kind of life you want to lead. Don't just look at the price tag. Look at the life price tag. Before spending or saying yes, ask, how many days of my life is this worth? And the ultimate method to reclaim your time is the art of conscious refusal. Remember, no is a complete sentence. You do not need to provide a justification for protecting your peace. Refusal is not about closing doors, it is about building a perimeter so that what is truly valuable can take root. 3. Breaking stagnation and life-sucking habits. The worst thief of time doesn't arrive as a dramatic event. It hides within you, under the guise of stability. Stagnation rarely looks like laziness. It masquerades as being grounded. You build a fortress of old opinions and call it wisdom, when in reality it is the death of curiosity. When you stop asking questions, your thinking begins to calcify. You defend perspectives formed years ago with unupdated data while the world moves on. You are running an obsolete version of yourself. This waste is fueled by life-sucking habits that society has normalized. Complaining is a ritual of self-destruction. Every moan about the weather, traffic, or injustice is an exercise in training your brain to focus on dissatisfaction, reinforcing a victim mindset. Waiting is the same. Waiting for the perfect moment, for readiness, or for absolute support. You turn your life into an endless dress rehearsal for a play that never opens, because the starting gun you're waiting for simply doesn't exist. Then comes the most subtle habit, seeking validation. When you post something or make a decision just to wait for a nod of approval, you have leased your life to an audience and handed the steering wheel to uncontrollable variables, and the applause of others has never been enough to fill the void within. To break stagnation, you must perform cognitive surgery on yourself. Learning is not about cramming more data, but about restructuring your belief system and daring to look directly at your blind spots. Seek conscious exposure to difference. Read what challenges you. Listen to fields you don't understand, and talk to those with opposing choices, not to copy them, but to stress test your thinking and find the cracks that need fixing. A brain no longer stimulated by the new will degenerate. And just as you recognize these internal thieves, a more haunting truth will emerge. A cold, hard number that forces you to choose. Wake up or continue to vanish into the void. 4. Rediscovering the self through silence and self-reflection. Silence makes you uneasy because it forces you to face the one person you've been running from for so long, yourself. We are living in a new kind of poverty, a poverty of presence, where existence has been reduced to a metric of performance. By filling every void with noise, you strip your nervous system of the chance to recalibrate and deny your inner wisdom the space to surface. Silence is not an empty space. It is a vivid entity filled with sensations and clarity, waiting to be processed. Be honest. When was the last time you sat still, without a phone, without music? Most people use noise to numb their fears and regrets. But when you anesthetize discomfort, you inadvertently kill joy as well, leaving your life to pass by like an untouchable blur. Silence is the filter that transforms raw life data into wisdom. You cannot know what you truly think if you never give yourself the room to listen. Stoicism demands that you treat yourself as a conscious being, not a productivity machine. Practice self-reflection through 5 minutes of purposeful uselessness every day. Simply sit still and observe your mind without judgment. If your mind wanders to build a fictional future or chew on the past, gently pull it back to the reality, the sensation of your breath, the beat in your chest. This is the management of consciousness, the core capacity to own your life instead of letting it happen near you. Your brain will scream that this is a waste. That is not the voice of wisdom. It is the programming of a culture that profits from your distraction. Protecting silence is how you remember the essential, allowing the urgent to recede so the important can manifest. The 13 years of your life lie within the very voids you have always feared. Have the courage to step into them. In that defenseless silence, your soul finally has a chance to be salvaged, and your true self begins to speak. 5. Summary: the deathbed filter and immediate action. Everything we have just dissected converges into a single, cold, and haunting number: 13 years. Let this number truly sink in. 156 months, or over 113,000 hours, vanished into thin air. In reality, if you subtract sleep and childhood, you only have about 15,000 days of true adulthood to build a legacy, to love, and to become the version of yourself you crave. Yet the average person throws away nearly 4,000 days, over 25% of that precious waking time, on activities that leave no lasting value. That isn't rest. It's a silent leak through unconscious habits and meaningless performances for the world to see. To stop this hemorrhage, you need the ultimate surgical tool for the mind: the deathbed filter. Before saying yes to a forced social invitation or spending another hour mindlessly scrolling, ask yourself, if I were in my final moments looking back, would I truly be glad I gave my time to this? This filter will strip away all pretension, every coerced obligation, and the paralysis of habit, helping your life restructure itself around what is truly core. You don't reclaim 13 years all at once. You win them back 1 hour at a time, starting right now. Change does not lie in grand plans, but in the decision to break an old pattern in the very next hour. Those 13 years are not a prison sentence. They are an early warning to wake up before it's too late. If you have stayed until this moment, it means you are ready to face the truth and break the autopilot loop that is draining you. Confirm that commitment to yourself and join the awakening community by liking, sharing this video, and subscribing to Stoic Journey. Leave your mark in the comments. I am reclaiming my years to seal this transformation. Do not just consume information and let it drift away. Do something different today. The clock is still ticking, and every beat is a reminder. You still have the chance to live a truly dense, meaningful life before the curtain falls.